Hi everybody, hope you're well. So I'm going to be looking at the new features that have come out today on March 1st. So I've got a few to go through. We've got the design layout, the competitions, time limits, VIP account forums, and then the new survey tool. So we'll start off with the design layout. So Howrse's design layout is going to be undergoing a gradual overhaul in the next few months. We're going to make a start this month to make it look even better and make it easier to navigate by improving the game header, navigation bar, background, and the page footer. So the header. The header has been reorganized for better visibility, improved access to contests and different events, there should be a space in there, that are currently running via arrows, which allow players to switch from one banner to another. That will be really good if it's, the way usually whenever there's an event and it's up here and you keep, there's several going at once. That used to drive me dotty whenever you wanted to get one and you couldn't get it. So if it means I can switch between the Great Challenge and a Hop offer or a Titans offer, that will be a good change. So we'll have to wait and see whenever that happens. Credit your reserve or visit the passes page more easily by clicking the plus. Okay, well those are more obvious now. The passes page will therefore be removed from the trade tab. Oh, okay, right. So it's not being there anymore. I have to go up to there to do it. Okay. Access to all your account settings, including your profile page, by clicking on your avatar and the log out option. So there you go. That's all of that, which we saw in the test server. So yeah, I'm gonna wait until I see a promotion before I decide whether I'm completely happy with that. Alright, subscriptions. Your subscriptions can be accessed via my account to make it easier to find them. Your subscription stands out better as a coloured. There's a load of these things that aren't. There's no space between them. A coloured border has been added. Golden via VIPs and silver for Pegasus up to the navigation bar. Okay, is that what that's about? Your subscription stands out better as a coloured border has been added. I'm assuming that's what that's about. I've got it here as well, it tells me. But I assume this is what it means here. Okay, co-management. You can see more easily that you're on co-managed accounts thanks to the logo under the name of the game in the header, a border on the navigation bar, and the details at the bottom of the page. All of this will be coloured red. Right, okay. You can also see the features that are not accessible to a co-manager more easily, as these will have a padlock on them. For example, this would appear on private messages and pass purchasing. Right, let me see if well, I don't see anything that shows up there. I suppose it's because I'm on my own account. I suppose if I was on a shared account, it would probably show me little padlocks. I think that's what that's talking about. Help manual. The game help manual and FAQs will be more visible. This will be moved to a separate menu with the navigation bar. Yeah, I saw that in the test server and I did like that change, that question mark up there. Private mailbox. As the private mailbox is always available in your game header, it will be moved from the community tab. That's irritated me a bit because every time this morning because I'm really in the habit of going to the community and clicking it, and I kept hitting friends instead of just clicking that. So it's going to take me a little while to get used to that, but okay. Background and page footer. The colours and texture of the game's background image have been changed, and the page footer has been reorganised and links to our social networks. So yeah, we saw that on the test server. I don't really have any major complaints about that. I've just noticed a huge amount of spelling mistakes in here. Right, competitions. Several changes to competitions for players with less than 30 days seniority. To help you get to grips with the harsh world of competitions, we have made accessing it better adapted to your needs. The following will be prioritised in your display. Competitions for beginner horses, as long as the horses have access to this. The least difficult competitions. Players will be able to alter these manually. Tip: in order to enter a beginner competition, so they're talking about rookies here, horses need to have fewer than 20 victors and under 380 in every skill. Now, I'm going to quickly go look at the game help because I'm curious about something. Let's see, competitions, let's see if it's here. Yeah, it's based off this. Okay. This number is recalculated every night. So that's still going to change, I assume, as they move up the foundation horses and genetic potential. As the top horses move up, then that will alter again. Okay. For bloopers, if you don't want to see beginner competitions at all, you just click the tick box. Okay, let's go have a look at the tick box. I think I did see this whenever I was blooping a horse earlier. Let's use this one. Trot. Okay. Yeah, okay. So you can see the beginner competitions. So if we click show beginner competitions, we can see those, and if we don't want to see them, okay, that's good. I like that I can actually hide them or show them, because I didn't like it when it used to be, you usually only saw one or the other. Yeah, I did try, I was bumping a horse that was higher in skills earlier, and obviously these didn't show up at all because the horse had more than 380. And that's obviously going to vary server to server, so do check that. Okay. For Grand Prix fans, to make it easier to check on the performance of your champions, the score achieved is now displayed in the results table for the Grand Prix. Right, fouls and penalties are displayed for show jumping, western pleasure competitions. Entry into Grand Prix can be found with a bit of luck and horseman plenty. Right. I had a look for this earlier and I couldn't see what they were talking about, and it was probably because I forgot to enter my horses. That might be why, actually. I did forget to enter my horses, so that's probably my fault in that respect. So forget that for now. Right, time limits. So time limit management for the different game features has been made consistent. For some game actions are limited to a certain number for a given period. These time limits sometimes use different systems, sliding days or fixed time periods. To make this easier to understand, we've decided to base all time limits on a fixed time period. Therefore, the limit in terms of item donation and exchanges is calculated based on Monday to Sunday time range, which was already the case before. From now on, this will also be the case for donating items to friends. Okay. The calculation for the number of passes received for a horse who died after reaching 30 years old is now calculated based on the first until the last day of the month. Therefore, you no longer need to count the passes you received from over the last 30 days. Okay. This is fixing them. Okay. The safe haven stroke is no longer calculated based on the last 24 hours, but started from daily update. Getting karma points is still based on the last 30 days in order to avoid the temptation to break the rules at the end of the month and to get a point quickly. Right. I see. I would be really surprised if somebody decided to break the rules just the day before the end. That's a bit... If anybody thought that out, well and good, kudos to you. I wouldn't have done it, but anyway. Right, the pass that is free with the Equus reserve is always based on the last 30 days of login. Okay. VIP account. The favorite searches have been improved. Favorite searches are a universal perk for VIP accounts, which allow the player to save their searches for horse sales or question center registration. For example, favorite searches can now be used for the public coverings page. Interesting. Let's see. Let me go find a horse that I've just... Is this... I don't know if this is a mare or not. I didn't check earlier. No, it's a male. Well, let's just have a look and see my favorite searches. Well... 60 Forest. I don't really see what the difference is. Maybe I'm just not realizing it at the moment, but we'll get a mare and see if we can have a look. So I'll just quickly search for a mare in here. Search. Okay, this one will do. Let's see what we got. Cover my mare. Okay. Ah, yeah, you can do it now. That's quite interesting. I like that. You can just go in and quickly do that. That will be handy. Okay, let's go back to new features. So, the feature has benefited from some ergonomic improvements. When you use a favorite search, the more criteria section in the search area no longer scrolls, which was sometimes irritating when boarding horses. Players can now cancel a search on the Equestrian Center registration page and in the creations directory and so on. Okay, so when you search your favorites, the more criteria... Right, let me have a look at that again. More criteria. I don't know what you're talking about scrolling. I didn't really think it scrolled that much, but okay. Forums. Use forum features more easily. Now, I did get a wee bit of a sneak peek with this earlier, and I thought this was a really good change. So I'm just going to randomly click on something here. So basically, whenever you go to post something, you can add the link like this. Because it used to be you had to type it out manually and it was a huge pain and I hated doing it. But now you just put the link in and then you put the title of the link in so it comes up, and I think that's really good. So we could, let's see, let's just put in a random link to a horse just to show you. I'm not going to post it in the forums, I'm just going to use it as an example. So let's see, bolded. So if I wanted, I would cut the link to that horse and then the horse, add this link, and then I could preview it. And then it comes up like this. You can click it, which I think is great. I like that. It's a good improvement. I approve of that. The other thing is, it's easier now to add an image. So you just add an address to the image. So obviously you're going to need. I'm just going to see if I can do this. No, it's not going to let me do it. But you can put your direct link to the image there. And the other one is add a spoiler banner, which is a lot easier then because a lot of people had to go in and do it manually and people were messing it up, which was a problem in the spoiler topic. So yeah, I really like those form changes. Those are going to get a really good score with that. Some of the other ones I want to try them out before I rate them. So these features have been easier to use when you post a new topic or reply. These tags you include the following in the forums: picture for the tag, IMG, a link for the tag URL, hidden content for other players who don't click on it for the tag spoiler. So I like that. That's a good change, right? So the new survey tool, give us your opinion in a single click. We like to ask you your opinion on the game whenever we can. To do this, we have just set up a new tool allowing you to vote between 2 suggestions or reply to 1 or 2 brief questions. When you log into your account, you will regularly see a pop-up containing a question, whether it is a Howrse feature or any feature outlet productions. Once you have voted, this pop-up will disappear so you can get back to your game. If you prefer not to take part in this kind of survey, you can choose to no longer have these questions displayed in the future via a simple checkbox. So I'm going to assume that's probably going to be in our account, like the way you can decide whether you don't want PMs or not. So I assume that's probably going to be in there. Overall, a wee bit of a mixture. Nothing I'm feeling too negative about. When I logged in, or actually earlier today, everything was everywhere, and I mean, I couldn't even get into my PMs or anything. There was like bits of this were over here and bits from there were down here, and it was a complete mess. And I logged back out and came back on about an hour later and it was fixed, but it looked like a complete mess. So whatever happened, they got it sorted, I think. I don't know if anybody else is still having problems with it or not that I've seen anyway. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the new features so far. So anyway guys, I hope you had a lovely day.